Day 2 of the makeup chopping block. I actually did a more thorough search through my stuff last night. It turns out I have got a lot more stuff to do. So these are gonna be a little bit longer, a little bit more full face, and today you're gonna see me use brushes instead of my fingers. Oh my god, who the fuck am I? So, let's just go ahead and do some stuff. I have some errands that I need to run today, so I'm not going to go too wacky crazy with the makeup just because why not? I've also haven't been able to do like a nude look on here, and I haven't really done a nude look in a while, so let's try that out. I'm going to be using this palette right here. I got it as a gift with purchase. It was supposed to be 20 bucks, but it was free because Ulta has some insane gift with purchases sometimes. And this is the color palette. It's very brown. It's very brown. There's a little bit of mustard in there, which I'm excited to get into, but it's still a very light mustard. So we'll see how this goes. I am also going to be using this little tiny combination eye and brow pencil in a brown shade. And to zhuzh it up a little bit, I've got a liquid black lipstick here, so we'll see. I'm actually not a huge fan of liquid lipstick formulas, but there are a few that I tolerate, and I don't think this is one of them. I'm still working on all of my Project Pan stuff. I'm actually getting a bit of a head start because the new year doesn't happen for another couple of weeks, I think. So if you see me using anything else, it's just stuff that I'm trying to use up. Let's see, what do I want to do today? Let's get real sexy here, and oh yeah, little side middle part for that mullet. Oh yeah. Are you aroused? Do you wish to court me? I'd court me. Gonna hit the under eye with a little bit of concealer. I don't want to put concealer on the top lid because even with a primer, that kind of like, so every time I get one good eye and then one that's just way too much with this stuff. But I don't want to put any excess product on my lid, including concealer, because that, even with primer, tends to crease and just make a mess. So just getting the just getting the under eye today. Just put a little bit more there than I actually wanted to. Don't worry about me, it's fine. Oh my god, yesterday I did not drink any coffee, and I'm one of those gremlins that buys instant coffee because I have no patience. And also cleaning my coffee maker every time I use it is a massive pain in the ass. But yesterday I didn't have any coffee. I normally brew like an atomic level one. Like I take 3 to 5 times the recommended amount for a 6-ounce cup and just pour it in a big old mug, and yeah. But anyways, I felt so weighed down and heavy yesterday, and by the time I went to bed I had this massive headache, so I was just like, well, never doing that again. Let's move on to the eyes. I've got a couple of face products in my my little Project Pan bag, so I think I'm going to incorporate some of those too. But I'm mostly going to be focusing on the eyes and on the lips because I need to know whether or not these are going to make it into 2021 with me. And don't worry, I have plans for getting rid of stuff, like anything that's a powder product like this that can be easily spritzed down with some isopropyl alcohol. I'll be giving it to friends. If it's something in a tube like this, there's no way to sterilize it, so I'm either going to try to repurpose it for like a just big, dumb, ridiculous avant-garde look, or I'm gonna, you know, clean it out and try to recycle it as much as possible. Unfortunately, in today's world, makeup packaging is really not recyclable at all. So that's a big break from me. What do I want to do here? Let's see. Do I want to go a little bit more mustardy with these, or do I want to like go a little bit more shimmery? I think I'm gonna use, I actually really like this cranberry shade. I might do like a really belated fall look with this because I haven't really done any of those. Oh man, alright, so I think I'm gonna do this shade, this shade, this shade. maybe a little bit of that one, and then maybe this or that in the inner corner. So let's do it. I have a kind of an odd operation of doing my eye makeup. I like to start with the inner corners. Actually, let's get some swatching going before I really fully commit. So this one right here is this shade, and this one right here is that shade. So ooh, I like this one better. This one's a little too coppery, even though it reflects really nice, but this one just speaks to me a little bit better. So we're gonna go with the lighter of the two. I really wish that this palette had a mirror, but it doesn't. Everything that I've had from Juvia's Place does not have a mirror. It's a dumb minor gripe, but it means something to me. Okay, let's try this. Just a little bit tickling it into the inner corner. Got this pencil brush here, which is honestly a little too big for my teeny tiny eyes, but we make it work. It was like $1, so can't complain too much. It's held up fairly well. All right, we got a nice little halo going there. A little blown out. Maybe it'll be a little grungy today. That'll be fun. I haven't done a grunge look in quite some time. Let's get the other side. I like doing them at the same time because otherwise my muscles kind of forget what I did on the other side, and one side ends up being like hella cool, the other one is just like, oh god, what kind of petri dish did you crawl out of? I like this one because it's got like a gold yellow base, but there's also some little pink reflex in there. That's awfully fun. Next, I'm gonna go in with some crease stuff. I'm gonna use the lighter shade here, and then I'm gonna dip into the chocolate one later, but I just wanna map out where I want my crease to be. Do I want it really close to my like actual hood right there, or do I want to bring it up? I think we're gonna keep it close to the hood today. I'm gonna just lightly bluff that all over my lid. And it doesn't look too different from the discoloration I naturally have already, so wowee. I look so different. Okay, let's try this side. Just using a kind of a pinched fluffy brush to blend this in. I like this shape because instead of just being round and covering too much space, I can just turn it this way and have pretty good control about where I want stuff to be, which is really nice because I've got small eyes with small lids, and keeping control of large brushes is particularly obnoxious. I really hope that I've been on screen and not just covering up my face with the mirror this whole time. Sorry if I am. I have no display screen that will like actually show me if I'm doing anything. Hold on, I want to actually check if I'm filming. Am I going? Am I doing it? I'm doing it! There we go. We're looking natural and neutral and very strange and odd. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna do a bit of a halo eye with this sucker. So let's go ahead and bring this also around here, just as the blendy outy bit for my lower lash line. The trick with my lower lash line is not tickling it too much, because when I tickle it, it waters. Brushes don't taste good. And when it waters, my outer corner just goes straight to hell. So it's a very delicate process. I'm gonna switch over to a short little shading brush here and dip into the darker, warmerish brown, and I'm gonna start packing that on the inner and outer portions of my lid. This is not as pigmented as I was expecting it to be. Let's try it again. Really load it up. Okay, yeah, it's all right. It's a nice chocolate color. I was just expecting a little bit more, you know. This is gonna be a lot more subtle than I initially anticipated, but guess what? I'm committed. We're gonna do it. So far, like, the colors here are nice. They're just a little bit more sheer than I would prefer. So right now, I'm kind of leaning more towards giving this to somebody who wants like a more natural sheerish look, that doesn't care about looking like some kind of radioactive Toys R Us threw them up. So dragging it into the crease a little bit and kind of bridging the two sides up here. Okay, let's do that on the other side. But yeah, not particularly wowed by this. I have a couple of other Juvia's Place palettes. I've got the Nomad and Zulu, and I actually really like the Zulu palette. I think it's like 14, 15 bucks. It might be 20, I don't remember. It's basically entirely really bright shades. There is one chocolate brown in there, but other than that, it's fantastic. And there's really similar shades in there to the Melt Radioactive palette, which, since I have both, I feel like an idiot for owning both. But I didn't know. I ordered them at approximately the same time because my lust for bright neon horrific colors was so freaking strong. There was no way that I could have told, except for all the swatches online, but they weren't swatched next to each other, so I didn't put it together. Drag this up a little bit. It's not showing as much as I'd like it. There we go. Now that I've got that on, we're gonna dip down into the more cranberry rusty brown color. This is a shimmer, so I'm expecting it to perform a little bit better because shimmers generally do. But I found that Juvia's Place's shimmers have this kind of weird, like almost damp, almost spongy texture to them. I don't hate it, I'm just confused. Please perform well. Oh baby, yeah, there we go. It's hard to go wrong with shimmers, and wow, this is a lovely shade. Look at that. I feel like a combination of a pumpkin spice latte and a salted caramel, whatever the fuck it is. Salted caramel mocha. There we go. I feel like it is circa 2015, and I'm about to head to Safeway with the rest of my little crew from my beauty class and go order like JoJo's from the hot food department and pick up a Starbucks. Like, oh my god, that's really taking me back. Okay, I'm just gonna pump this on the other side, and then afterwards I'm gonna go back in with a fluffy brush with the darker matte shade and just kind of darken up the corners a little bit and just get everything blended in nicely. I'm switching to a smaller round blending brush. It's very, very short, so it's very stiff, and it just does a great job of buffing shadows in, especially for my like little lax stretchy lids. So yep, if you've got small hooded eyes or ones that just move a lot, I highly suggest getting very stout, densely packed brushes because they're going to apply a decent amount of product, and they just blend things pretty dang well. Alrighty, there we go. Oh my god, I forgot to do my lower lash line completely, but you know what, we'll get there. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of pat some of this stuff on, and weep wop. There we go. Let's blend out that shimmer so it doesn't look like a little brick. There we go. Very good. I gotta say that these blend out really nicely. Maybe I'm having second thoughts. I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's try this side. Do 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 do. So I was watching a video earlier this morning because that's just kind of my routine. Wake up, go make ridiculous shit your pants coffee, and then check my YouTube subscription box. And there was a video by somebody that I've been following for almost a decade now, and they had those like, they had a tag video that was like, if you lost all of your makeup, what would you buy? You could only get 10 things. And like that really got me thinking maybe I'll do one of those. But it was just kind of like a fun concept. I like that. It would make me really think about what's essential in my collection, even though I've already kind of like dumbed it down a little bit more towards things that I find inspiring and not inspiring. Let's mess with this lower lash line. Just gonna take the darkest color again on that same kind of stout round blending brush. Gonna drag it on in. Gonna drag it on in. And then actually I think I'm gonna switch to a packing brush because this is taking too long. All right. There we go. Oh, hell yeah. Let's get the other side. There we go. Also, if you notice, my bed jumped around. I have been going through and like cleaning up my apartment and getting rid of stuff. Oh God, getting rid of stuff because I'm just feeling so fed up and cooped up in my house because I've been, you know, as safe as I can be since, what was it, March? So I'm here every single day for an ungodly amount of time and I'm getting really tired of stuff. So I decided to move shit around in like all of my rooms and it feels like a brand new apartment, let me tell you what. Yeah, I like the bed placement over there. I think it kind of throws the balance of the room off a little bit because I had to move my dresser to right next to me and then there's a closet and the closet door doesn't extend all the way, so there's just kind of a jutting thing, but I'll deal with it. It's just nice to have change, you know. Can't really change the outside world, but I can sure as shit change the one that I have control of right here. And I dropped that brush. Got another teeny tiny itty bitty detailing brush and I'm gonna go in with that darker cranberry shade and voila. Just drag that, poke my eye in the process, but drag it along that center part of the lower lash line is what I was trying to say. Jesus, I am a mess. And speaking of messes, I've been watching the Boulet Brothers Dragula show, which I honestly prefer heavily to RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, early RuPaul was fun, and then I learned more about Ru himself and his like transphobia and like all that other stuff, and the fact that he supports fracking. Like, come on, dude, we have one planet to live on and you're gonna use your massive amount of money to fucking destroy it. Come on. So I got bored with that one, and luckily Dragula was there to catch me, which is a horror-based drag competition, and shit gets serious. It gets real serious, but the current, the current season I'm on right now has this one drag queen. I don't know where she's from, but her name is Disasterina. I don't know how I feel about her as a queen. I kind of find her, like, you know, out of drag personality to be a little grating, but aesthetically, just the amount of bright colors and just vomit on her person, not actual vomit, but just like, it's a fucking mess. But I'm also looking at that, I'm like, yes, that is what I want to do with my life. Like, it just, her drag speaks to me. It really does. Okay, wow, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, ooh, this really does remind me of 2015, back when I was like, you know, wearing makeup to try to make myself a more idealized version of myself, use it to hide up all my flaws. But right now I'm just like, fuck it. I'm a 27-year-old dude and my life is weird, so we're just gonna equally make weird shit on my face. Okay, so we got that. I forgot about this eyeliner here, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of a sharpen, and this isn't a fancy eyeliner at all. It's a 2-pack that you can get from the Dollar Tree from LA Colors. And let's give it a go. I bought this when I was doing a like dollar store drag competition with my friend, and I distinctly remember it being shitty, which it is. Like, I'm trying to do my waterline right now and it's not showing up. It's just a very waxy, horrific pencil for the eyes. Like, it hurts to put it on, so this is definitely not making it. I'm just gonna do like the little outer corner here just to kind of make my eyes look a little bit more dough, but I'll be damned if you're gonna make me line my entire upper and lower lash line with this. There we go. Yeah, this one's definitely going. I'm gonna try using it in the eyebrows as well, but what's the point? It's not that LA Colors has all bad stuff. There's some stuff in there that is actually pretty dang good. But this one in particular is a goddamn mess. I have to press so hard to get pigment payoff, and I don't want to do that around my eyes. Because, like, y'all know I'm going to stab myself. Okay, well, fuck that stuff in particular. Let's see. I haven't actually like filled in my brows with a pencil in so long. And even still, like, yeah, it's waxy and it's better suited for eyebrows. It's just really hard to get it past my hairs to get a good, like, fake hair stroke. I'm gonna just kind of lightly fill in my little baldy bits kind of at the front, because I was an idiot when I was younger, and I thought that like this portion right here was going to be a unibrow, so I like got rid of it as often as I could. Oh man, they just end up looking like dots. Ugh. Oh no, and it looks crusty already. Damn it. Yeah, this is going. Like, get out of my life. I'm gonna set my brows with my trusty brow gel, and then I'm going to use a little bit of mascara to finish off the eye look. And then after that, we can move on to other things. Oh, this is my brow gel. Excuse me, folks. We're kind of recalibrating. A bit right there. Hopefully I'm not too out of screen. Like I said, I have no viewfinder. I have no idea what the fuck is going on your side, so pray for me. All right, we got the brows. Let's actually do the lashes this time and not put them where they're not supposed to be. So let's go. Wow, the mascara really makes it. I have not seen myself look like this since probably 2015, 2016, maybe early 2017. Wow, this is weird. I don't know why, but this kind of makeup makes me feel really femme, and I'm not about it. Not that there's anything wrong with being femme or feminine, it's just not my bag, baby. I'm gonna be excited to go back to my normal Technicolor puke self pretty soon. This really makes me look way more pale than I am willing to admit that I am. You know, being inside for 9 months, something like that, it really does a doozy on the lack of pigmentation one has in their skin. I'm gonna use a little bit of a multi-stick to maybe liven up my cheeks a little bit, maybe get a little bit of color going, because I feel like this is washing me out, and I feel like the black lipstick that's gonna go with this is really gonna do that. So, it's just got a nice pinky blush. And I think I'm just gonna do it on the tops of the cheek today, not like really go in close to the lower lash line like I prefer to do. Okay, that should be good. Just a quick little kiss. And hell yeah, we get to go back to using my fingers. Oh, this feels so right. There we go, just a gentle kiss of color, nothing too crazy. Just to kind of liven up the face a little bit more. Spank it out, spank it out, spank it out. Since I'm being too lazy to fish out my black lip liner, and also I just want to see how this performs on its own, we're just gonna go balls in. I'm not gonna use the applicator to apply it on my mouth, because have you seen this? This is freaking smaller than Liechtenstein. My lips are offensively small. So we're going in with a brush, otherwise it would just be a mess. Just using actually a kind of pointed paintbrush that I got at a thrift store. Let's get rid of my lip balm first. I'm gonna regret this. This is gonna dry myself out. My lips are already super dry as it is, because hello, winter. But yeah, I got this at a local thrift store, and now it's working as a makeup brush. Okay, so first impressions with the brush, it's kind of shearing out a little bit. Not a fan of that. It's also drying pretty quickly. Just map things out there. Oh god. Oh god, this is a mess. This is a mess. Let's try just like aligning it good, getting the general shape, and then going into the applicator. Maybe that'll be a little bit easier. We'll see. Another blop. Oh boy. The question is, to overline or not to overline my top lip? We're gonna overline a little bit. I want to feel trendy. It's a bad time to be me in like global attraction standards, because I've got no ass, I got no lips, and I got nothing to bring to the table. Alright, second coat's going on a little bit better. It's still moving stuff around. And I think I'm gonna, there we go, bring that in. Ah! This is a mess. This is why I don't like liquid lipsticks. Everything's a mess. Ugh. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna go Susie and the Banshees, motherfuckers. You stop talking. Or at least moving my lips when I'm trying to do this. Okay. Let's just liven up the color a little bit because it's looking a bit gray, and oh my god. The one thing about having a pet rabbit is their hair gets absolutely fucking everywhere, and I am tired of picking it out of my mouth. Okay. This black is kind of streaky. I'm not holding on for a long time, otherwise it's just gonna start and I'm gonna have to do it all over again, and I really don't want to do that because, like, oh my fucking god. Did you see how long that took me? I'm fucking tired of this shit, man. I'm fucking tired of it. Let's see, is there anything else that I can do in the meantime? Not really. Let's just kind of sit here and do some talking. Ugh. It's a little bit harder than I initially anticipated. How do you make a P sound? I can't make a P. I mean, I can go pee, but it sounds more like a T. And I already got lipstick on teeth. Oh, this is gonna be a day. I think that's gonna be as good as I can get it with my limited patience and dislike for liquid lipsticks. It looks good, but it has a bit of a patchiness problem. And it's already feeling super thick on the lips. I don't know if that's because I did a base layer and then I went over it, but it's just already feeling really crumbly and I'm not here for it. So, yeah. Yeah, this is one that's gonna get the chopping block too. Sorry. I should really stop buying liquid lipsticks because 9 times out of 10, I fucking hate them. Okay, now that we look a little less ridiculous, but I still look ridiculous because this loud ass golf shirt with my little golfing buddies on it is like a billboard. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this look. It's kind of weird to see me back in neutrals because, I don't know, I just associate that a lot more with when I was in denial of my gender identity, so it's kind of weird looking back on it and being like, oh, yes. Remember that time where you tried to convince everybody you were a girl? Well, it looks like I'm actually going to be getting rid of all 3 of these things. I'm going to pass this along to a friend because even though it blends really well, there wasn't as much punch from the mattes as I would like. I do like the shimmer. I really like the inner corner in this kind of cranberry shade, but it's just not worth keeping the whole thing for me, you know? It's basically brand new, so I'm gonna pass this along to a friend and hopefully they will get their use out of it because I know I won't. It's just gonna sit forgotten in my neutrals drawer with the other things that I forget about because they're neutrals, so bye-bye, buddy. Well, that was pretty good. I cleared out 100% of the stuff that I needed, and yesterday I totally forgot to show y'all, and I almost forgot today, what I know I'm already getting rid of, like stuff that didn't make the cut for trying on because whether or not they're old or just don't make my lip feel good. So the first thing I know that I'm getting rid of is this Ordinary Serum Foundation in shade 1.2Y. Not only is this too dark for me, but since I don't have any tan on my body, my undertone has changed. So this doesn't work. It's old, it doesn't match. Goodbye. I have a couple of old e.l.f. products. Again, this was part of the Dollar Tree drag thing that I did with my friend. And both of these are really kind of starting to smell a little bit funky. I've only had them open for a few months, but this is the old packaging. I cannot remember the last time that e.l.f. had silver packaging like this. So it's time for that to go. And then lastly, a product that I hate with every fiber of my being, not only because the person that runs this company is just a trash gremlin, but the fact that I don't want my face to hurt when I wear makeup, and the fucking intention of this thing is to irritate your skin. It's the Too Faced Extreme Injections lip gloss. I hate this. It smells lovely, but the smell soon melts away when your face is on fire, and it does nothing for my already tiny lips. Lip plumpers are a scam. This one sucks. Bye-bye forever. And with that all finished, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.